Hi, my name is Dwayne Smith with Team Pedrick and Smith, the Redfish guys. We're on the pro staff of Point Click Fish, and I'd like to talk to you today about getting started in redfish.
The equipment and tackle that you use while on the water.
Well, if you ask me if you could only fish one lure every in a tournament, you can't throw anything else, I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna throw my gold spoon. This one's a Johnson gold spoon, just a standard gold weedless gold spoon there. The one thing that Lee and I have discovered, and Lee actually taught me this, was putting a split ring and on your actual on your spoon there, and a swivel. And what that does is help with, if it's wobbling and twisting and everything, you don't get line twist, because I throw braid. We won't really spray, it won't really twist it's going through the water. It's really wobbling, but sometimes, you know, as you're throwing it, it's going to do that. And since I throw braid, that will help me from getting so many wind knots and so forth. I don't suffer from wind knots a whole lot, because I throw that a Finn's wind tamer braid. I love it. I don't believe in it. I found it works for me, so I don't experiment a lot with braid. And because this 15-pound, this is 15-pound wind tamer braid tied with a red Phillips knot, 30-pound Seagars fluorocarbon leader. What's that, about 24 inches long? Lee scales back on his fluorocarbon leader. He usually throws about a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. I go with 30. I find that I'm not as accurate a thrower as Lee is, so if I hit an oyster bar or so forth and get a nick in it, I got a little safety with a heavier leader. And then it's tied to the swivel with the Palomar knot. Palomar it's won knot wars so many times that they retired it and won't even. It's just a super strong knot. So if you don't know how to tie a Palomar, you really need to learn. And this is a 1/2 ounce Johnson spoon. Mad Chasing Tails here in Atlantic Beach sells them. This is another color that we throw a lot with a little bit of red in it. And of course, you need to get you some split ring pliers in order to attach to your swivel and to your spoon there. Generally, the swivels, I think this is either 30 or 50-pound swivel here, and I'm not sure about the size of the split ring here, but I'll show it to you. It's just a small little split ring.
If you can get a hold of it.
Yeah, if I can get a hold of it. It's really small, but you know, I don't find that a redfish, when he's eating, I don't see that tying that on is any way influenced or missed any strikes with it. I throw it with an 8-foot tsunami rod here. I prefer an 8-foot rod. It's in medium action with a spoon. Gives me a little longer distance, because like I said, we'd like to fish schooled up fish, and you know, the farther you can stay off of them, the longer cast you make, the less probability that you're going to bump the school. And that's my basic setup there on my gold spoon.
Let's talk about I saw this back here. I wanted to talk about top water.
Okay.
I actually saw this and wanted to ask you a question. Your thoughts on top water, and you know, what type of lures you're using for top water.
This is a mirror lure she dog. Again, Lee and I, we generally upgrade the split rings, put a little bit bigger split rings on it, and you can see actually that this is a number 2 shore set hook, and you can see that it has actually been bent. So the first thing we do is we generally take these and we put number 2s on them to kind of beef them up a little bit. Again, this is, I think I got 40-pound leader tied on this with a red Phillips knot, Finn's wind tamer braid, and a Palomar right here. It works. We prefer the sheet alls. I think they weigh 3/4 ounce. So you got long throws, and I hope you can hear that. Big ball bearings in it making lots of noise, and the noise is lots of time the reds are back in the grass, and it draws them out of the grass into it and gives you the strike.
Is this the Cigar Blue Label? You said 40 pound?
I believe that's 40 on that.
Yeah. How long would you say that your leaders normally are?
I like shorter leaders. I like it about from 24 to 18 inches. Lee, because he downsizes his leader, he generally puts a longer leader on his. I have to throw a shorter leader because this is with a 40 pound full carbon and 15 pound braid. It's a rather big knot. So I don't want to get that in my eyes, you know. And lots of times that I'll put some I'll take and put super glue on that to help it slide through the eyes a little bit better. And I throw this with this one's a TFO rod. It's medium light, 7 foot 6 inches. Again, longer rod, bigger handle to help with the walking the dog action. This is their saltwater the saltwater series, 7 foot 6 inches.